Yeah. That will be there again Wednesday night, 11 o'clock. And people who didn't give the exam will be getting a call. Since you guys are not coming out, we will catch you. No problems. Hope you have some genuine reason. Let's see. Let's start with a good one. So we have a pendulum here. This point is fixed. Length is L. This is a string. This is given speed u is equal to root 4gl. Romer, you need at least root 5gl to complete a circle. Find maximum height of the pendulum. Let's get this. How do we do this? GL, Anika, dimensions are not matching, right? What did you find? Maximum height of the pendulum. What is the maximum height it will go? 12. Nee, Adret. If it is going to the highest point, then why did we derive root 5gl then? Root 4gl होना चाहिए था. Isn't it? If the answer was root 4gl, Harian, what the hell is that? String break हो जाएगा रे. Sochna, when you're typing an answer, think it doesn't make sense. 6L you got means what? It will break the string, it will fly into atmosphere. You actually created a spaceship. For the next Elon Musk. Free energy. Swastika, you also got 4L. String will break. How are you guys getting more than 2L? रे God, see ना. String का length L. Maximum अगर circle पे जाएगा तो it will be 2L. How are you getting more than 2L? What kind of concepts are you using to go out of this thing? It's not 2L. If it is 2L, then why did we get root 5gl as a result? I would have said then you should be root 4gl, na? You guys are not thinking properly. Try. Take a minute more. First of all, figure out what the hell is happening. How is the motion of the body? First, think from that point, and then we'll see from there. I'll make it more simpler for you. See, wait. Find the position and velocity when the tension becomes 0. Let's do this thing first. and then find H max. First find the point, velocity and the position where it goes. If it is correct, I'll tell you, God. No need to ask. It's a bullshit answer. It is wrong. Dimensions are not matching. How did you get 12 minus 4? Doesn't make sense. Now you guys are guessing, yeah? Don't guess. Solve. We are not an astrology class. Sometimes I wonder, do I teach you guys astrology or what? You guys predict answers. Solve. This is one of your senior, he does that, predictions. God help him in advanced exam. Find the velocity and the position and the tension becomes 0. Try. Did you guys figure out the motion first of all? See, this is how the motion will be. This is the circle there. So when the pendulum is going, at some point here, tension becomes 0. At this point, you have velocity v. If you take this angle as theta, this will be 90 minus theta. Since the tension becomes 0, this thing will start flying like a projectile. This is your H. This is your L sine theta. And this is L. So the maximum height of the particle is this point, na? It will not go to the maximum point. It will go like a projectile there. So max height will be L plus L sine theta plus that H max of that thing. Because see, if you give root 5gl, then you will go to the topmost point. The tension became 0 even before reaching the topmost point. So this particle will actually fly like a pendulum, like a projectile. So maximum height would be that thing, total H plus L sine theta plus L. So first find theta and V. If you know theta and V, job ho gaya na, because H will be how much? U square sine square 90 minus theta by 2g, which is U square cos square theta by 2g. Did everyone get what is happening now? This will go in a circle for some time and then it will fly like a projectile. So maximum height won't be 2L, it will be something else. Who is absent today? And I typed a big message in the WhatsApp group. Make sure to read it once. Some of you are not reading also. People ask me one day before, say, when is the deadline for the exam? It is there in the group Wednesday night, 11 o'clock. And there is this one god who pings me at 10:55 and then he gives the exam. And people tell me, sir, if you start the exam even 1 minute before, you still get 1 hour more. Meaning the exam doesn't end there. I said, like, yaar, तुझे इतना interest क्यों है? मतलब 1 hour before only, why you want to do? Someone is experimenting. Do that. One day, the test, something will happen and the time will pass off, right? Then I won't extend the test. Chalo. Any answers now? Anyone found V and theta now? Theta, Anusha, that is right. I think is broken. What happened again? क्या हुआ उसका? I changed it, the answer key and all. The new marking scheme is based on that. That is one, na? See, after writing the exam, sometimes what happens, right? The paper में कुछ issues होता है. You don't panic immediately. Wait till the poster result because there are sometimes there are corrections. Oh, matrix matching it was giving 8 marks and 0 for everything. I changed it. It is 2 marks for each column. Okay.
So in that every correct answer you get 2 marks.
2 marks.
So, and is there negative marking in that?
There's no negative marking for matrix matching. It's +2, 0 for each section. That is the actual advanced pattern.
So, like in PACE and tests, when they give matrix match, it's like 4 or 0. Or if it's
For each
wrong.
one. For each one.
No, the full matrix match
For
4.
example, say A is PQR, right? If you mark P and Q, you'll get 0.
Okay.
If you mark PQR, you get 2 marks.
Okay.
For B, let's say answer is Q and R. You mark Q and R, you get 2 marks. Let's say C is Q and S and you mark only Q, you get 0. Let's say D is again PQRS and you mark PQR, you get 0. So totally you got 4 marks.
Okay.
Getting the marking scheme, that's how it is. Anusha, you got the velocity and theta right. Then done, na, you got the answer. Others try, you got a minute mode. Then multiple choice questions, you know, na format. A, B, C, D, 4 options. Let's say A, B, C, all 3 are right. You mark only A and B, you get 1 mark and 1 mark. If you mark A, B, C, you get 4 marks. If you mark A, B, D, you get -1. So for every 1 right answer, there is 1 mark. If you mark all the right answers, you get 4 marks. Show you here, see. So at this point here, if you draw the FBD, tension T is 0. This is mg cos 90 minus theta, mg sin theta. Centrifugal force mv square by L. So we get tension plus mg sin theta is equal to mv square by L. You're saying tension becomes 0, so we end up v square is equal to gl sin theta. This is your state 1, this is your state 2. Energy in state 1 is equal to energy in state 2. Initial potential energy is 0. Kinetic energy half mu square. Potential energy mg L plus L sin theta, that's the total height. Kinetic energy half mv square. V square is this guy. Half mu square is 4gl. This is mgl 1 plus sin theta. Half mv square will be half mgl sin theta. Mgl cancels everywhere. You end up with 2. 1 plus sin theta is equal to half sin theta. Sin theta is 2 by 3. And v square is equal to 2 by 3 gl. Please check the steps. Yeah. And then maximum height will be, I'll turn the page, L plus L sin theta plus u square cos square theta by 2g. So this is L sin theta, that is 2L by 3. V square is 2gl by 3. 2g cos theta is 1 minus sin square theta. 2g cancels off. This guy would be 5L by 3 plus L by 3 and 1 minus sin theta is 4 by 9. That is 5 by 27. We end up with 50L by 27. If you see now, if this was 54, it would have been 12 properly. This is slightly less than 12. Please check the steps. Anyone not convinced with this, please ask me. It's a pretty good one. That the tension becomes 0, it starts flying like a projectile. So in case you thought kinematics ho gaya, no need to do, welcome back. Physics mein nothing gets over. Everything keeps on coming in every chapter. Any doubts on this? Clear? Can I go ahead? How many of you got this right? Hands up. How many of you got this? 1. No one got it. Anusha, you got it right. You don't want to raise your hand. You don't want to waste energy. Okay. Now, someone said a statement. H max V is 0. What is the blunder in this? Can someone tell me? Look at the statement. At H max, velocity is 0. What is the blunder in this statement? Anyone? You can unmute and tell.
Sir, it won't behave like a projectile. It'll drop free fall.
At H max, vertical component is 0. Are projectile में highest point में what is the velocity? U cos theta na? Velocity is not 0, God. Clear? Remember, at H max, vertical component is 0, not total velocity. Next
So
one.
can you repeat your question?
Question हो गया, answer भी हो गया.
No, you are saying that right now.
I was saying at H max, velocity is 0. Is that right or wrong?
Like I missed your previous
That was wrong.
question.
Are?
Previous question.
What happened? What happened? You. Adrit?
It's showing the previous page.
Okay. Clear? Next one. So we have this point O here, pendulum, length L. You gave speed U. So normally this would have gone in a circle like this. But this guy goes like this. Somewhere at this point, tension becomes 0, and then it flies and falls at the point of projection. Falls at the center. You're getting it? And somewhere at this point here, tension becomes 0, and this thing flies with V and lands at the point O. The pendulum is given speed U. The string becomes slack, and the particle lands at the point O. Find U. This happens only for a particular velocity. Question is clear? Let's get this. How would we proceed? It's a big one. Take 2-3 minutes, try. Not something where you'll get just the answer like that. If you got a beautiful answer, it is wrong. How do we do this? Someone asked me this last time actually. I said we'll do in the next class. I was supposed to give this as a homework, but I thought, chalo. Try how to do this thing. I'll give you a hint. This part, na, this thing looks like projectile on an inclined. Can you see? This part here looks like a projectile on an inclined, and this angle is 90 degrees. So this question looks like as if someone projected with 90 degrees, and this is the range. Now try. It's a projectile on an inclined motion question. Just give it a try. Let's get some water and come. Let's see. Able to hear me? Voice is clear now. I changed the setting in the app. It doesn't go to sleep now. How do we do this? Udyan, any answers? Now, when you do these questions, right? What is the first thing? Like, you should get a hint like, okay, how do I proceed? That is the first thing that always keeps hitting your mind. Always look at the data in the question. What does it say? String becomes slack. And then it flies and falls on this thing. Meaning somehow, if I can find this velocity, and somehow, if I can find this angle, my job's done. So indirectly, it's telling you find the velocity when tension is becoming 0. Just looks like the previous question. So tension, mg sine theta, you actually get the same data there. Centrifugal force. This is state 1. Let this be speed u and let this be speed v. So tension plus mg sine theta is mv square by L. String becomes 0. So v square is gl sine theta. Energy in state 1 is equal to energy in state 2. Conserve energy. This would be half mu square is half mv square plus mg L1 plus sine theta. There, this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. You can actually substitute that v square here. M goes off. It will be u square v square plus 2gl1 plus sine theta. This will be gl sine theta. That is your u. Root 3gl sine theta. Nay, it's not root 3gl sine theta. Now what to do from here? Tan inverse R. That looks right, I guess, Anusha. I think that is right. Abhi kya karna hai? Try. Now I'll give you another 1-2 minutes. I got the velocity and I didn't get the angle, but I got some 2 equations when the string becomes slack. Now from here, how will you solve? Now you're saying from here, this will fly here and come and fall on this point too. Give it a try, everyone. You got 2 minutes more. how do we proceed from here? Hmm. 2 plus root 3, root 5. Root 5 नहीं आएगा रे हमेशा. Now see. So this is O. At this point, right, this is theta. This is your velocity V at an angle theta. So you can choose this thing as your x-axis. This is your y-axis. That's what we do in projectile motion. This acceleration is g cos theta. This acceleration is g sine theta. Here, ux is 0 and uy is v. What is time of flight ka formula? Time of flight is 2u vertical by a vertical, which is 2u. In this case, uy is v and ay is g cos theta. And this L here is your range. Which is ux into time of flight plus half ax into time of flight square. But I know ux is 0. There's no horizontal component. Half ax will be g sine theta and time of flight square will be 2v by g cos theta ka whole square. So this will be L, that would be 2g sine theta by g square cos square theta into v square. But what is v square? Gl sine theta. 2g sine theta, gl sine theta by g square cos square theta. G square, g will cancel, ll will cancel. You end up with tan theta is 1 by root 2. Check your calculations. Once you got tan theta 1 by root 2, opposite side is 1, adjacent side is root 2, and this is root 3. So sine theta is 1 by root 3. And from equation 2, I know u square is gl 2 plus 3 sine theta. You can write u is equal to root over gl 2 plus 3 into 1 by root 3, 2 plus root 3. That's your answer, everyone. Check it out. So basically, first thing, force equation, loss of motion, circular motion, conservation of energy, projectile. 3 chapters. Kinematics, NLM, circular motion. Work per energy, actually 4 chapters. Friction is missing
So why is ux 0?
because it is perpendicular to the string.
Oh, right.
When the velocity is leaving the string, it is tangential, isn't it? It's
Yeah,
perpendicular to the string. Please check the steps, everyone. Anyone not clear, not convinced, please ask me. It's a good one. So whenever in vertical circular motion, right, they ask you something of this sort, the string becomes like, it will fly, it will do that, it will do all nonsense. The main thing is telling you is first find the velocity when tension becomes 0. Start with the FBD, get the velocity, conserve energy, and then see whatever he's asking, you can calculate from there. You have enough data now. Do check this out. Ask me if you're confused. Clear? You forgot the root. That's why you got tan theta half. Clear? Next one. This is a light rod. This is M. This is also M. This is given speed u. So two particles attached to a light rod, as shown. Find u if it completes a vertical circle. Let's get this. What is the catch in this problem? We have done something similar before. Answer will come in terms of H. It will come in terms of L. Anyone figured out what is the catch in this problem? If this is U, what is this? Anyone?
U by
If
2.
U by 2. Remember, both will have same omega. Rod, na? So if this speed is L omega, this speed is L by 2 omega. Both the particles won't have same speed. That is the catch in the question. So when you give speed U for the bottom one, the middle one will have a speed of U by 2. It's not U for both, or it is not at rest. Doesn't make sense. Now can you try? I'll give you a minute. Get it. If you got the question, is quite easy. Try. Got a minute. Let's see. First thing, like I say, always draw the diagram. If you can draw your diagram properly, that is half the job taken care of. Most of you still don't draw FBDs properly. You just try to just scribble on the paper. You try to do it on your head. Small habits make a huge difference. This is U by 2. Since rod, the particles are same angular velocity, not same speed. So this will go in a smaller circle. This will go in a bigger circle. So finally, when they come to the topmost point here, they will come to rest. Because it's a rod, now it can push and pull. Then it is done. So gain in PE is equal to loss in kinetic energy. So this guy gained how much? L and L. So this guy gained 2L and that guy gained 4L. So this would be mg2L, mg4L. This is half mu square, half mu by 2 whole square. 6 mgl is equal to half mu square 1 plus 1 by 4, so 5 by 4. Cancels. You get u is equal to 4 to 8, 6, 48 gl by 5 ka root. Check. None of you got it. Root 20 gl, root 8 gl. Check my calculation. Did I goof up? Both the particles will go to different heights and both will have different velocities. Since it is a rod, at the highest point, velocity can be 0. Please check. Anyone confused with this? Please ask. Clear now, Mehan? Swastika? Got this? Maulika? Vartika? Clear with this? Niranjan? Clear so far? Do adjust your cam. I can't see you, Niranjan. Yeah. Udyan? Clear with this? Ronak? Got this? Easy one compared to the previous one. Next one. Now, this is not exactly vertical circular motion, but there is one model. We will again study more about this in center of mass, but let me show you one. So we have a person here. Who is pulling water from 10 meters depth. So initially water ka weight is 10 kg. So as starts pulling the bucket, there's a small leakage. The water starts leaking. And finally, when it reaches up, you have only 8 kgs. So a bucket with 10 kg water. It's pulled up slowly. And the water leaks at a constant rate. So when it reaches up, the weight is only 8 kgs. It has only 8 kgs of water. Find the work done by the man. Let's get this. Hmm. 100 degrees US man is applying 10. Great, Aditya. Then I think we should put you to work. We should put you in a coal mine or something and you can lift things and we'll not pay you any salary because there's no work done. Life would be such a great thing. We can create free energy. India will be the next superpower. Thanks to the concept of free work. Question is the work done on the bucket, right? Water is moving up, na? Mg to hai, tension is there, tension is doing work. You getting it? And second thing, na, when he pulls the string, what will happen? String ka length is not constant, na, right? There is an extra string here, you're getting it? Ever seen when you pull the rope, what happens? You get an extra rope there. You're actually moving, right? The point which you're holding, you're moving it back, na? There is a work done. Right? What are the catch? It's an easy one. I thought you guys will tell the answer. 200, nahi, eh? See, here the problem is what the water is leaking now. Think of like this. This we can use center of mass concept and do, but we don't need so much. I'll give you a more general form for now. Center of mass we'll see later on. So initially this thing has 10 kgs of water. As the bucket is going up, assume the water comes out, does not fall down. Assume the water that leaks just stays there. So when the bucket reaches here, how much water does it have? 8 kgs. So where is all the remaining water? It is like this, right? So we have a 2 kg water ka rope. The 2 kg water is spread out in a line. Now, one thing is for sure, man definitely lifted 8 kgs, right? Man definitely lifted 8 kgs. So what about this 2 kg ka rope that is pulling up? So what we can do here for this thing, and this is 10 meter long, we can always take the average. We can assume as if this entire mass 2 kg is placed at a height of 5 meters. And the potential energy of this leaked water will be 2g into h. I'll show you why it is that way. That would be 100 joules. And so the work done by man total will be, he pulled 8 kgs water up, so that is 8g into 10 and plus this 100. This is for the 8 kg water and this is for the 2 kg rope. Total we get 900 joules. Now see, how does this work? This works for any linear object. Suppose if you have a vertical rod like this, mass m and length l. At a distance x from bottom, take a small piece. The potential energy for this small piece will be dm g x. What is dm? Mass by total length into dx. That is the mass of that small piece into x. The total potential energy will be mg by l integral x dx from 0 to l. So we get mg l by 2. So for linear objects, what we can do, for linear objects, cubes, rectangle blocks, anything, we can assume the average height for potential energy. We'll actually call this center of mass in a different chapter. We'll see. Is this making sense? Now you can actually prove this in a much better way without integration. Think of like this. Think of like this. Let's say if this is 0, this is 10. So if you take a small particle at 10 and a small particle at 0, what is the average of 10 and 0? 5. If I go little down, 9.9 and 0.1, what is the average? 5. 9.8, 0.2, average 5. If you see the entire rod, the average will be 5, isn't it? So whenever you have a linear object, you can simply assume, the center of the body as a total mass is located, and you can use potential energy. Now have a look at this. So for 10 meters height, the average is 5. So you can just treat 2 kg is present at 5 meters height and you're done. But you can use this only for linear objects, for rods and blocks and all that stuff. Please check this thing. Parthika, clear with this? Maulika? Yasha? Vidyut? Got this? Yeah, we consider 2 kg object like a particle at the center. Everyone clear with this? So see how they'll frame questions on this. Example, they will say, let's say there is a table here.
So can you show the previous page for a minute?
This one.
Yes,
This
sir.
is the potential energy of linear objects.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. The question will be like this. They will say the chain ka mass is m and l. This length is l by 3. How much work you require to put this hanging chain back on the table? Meaning you want to make it like this. You want to put that hanging chain back on the table. Find work done to . Put the hanging chain on table. Get this? So for linear objects, you can treat them as point masses at the center. Someone is getting disconnected a lot. Try. You have a chain of mass m and length L, yeah, and L by 3 is hanging outside. How much work you have to do to pull this L by 3 hanging, which you have to keep it back on the table? So this is what you're doing. So you want to make this like this. So basically, this is at the center, this is at the center. This height is L by 6, and this mass is m by 3, 1/3 of the mass now. So work done will be change in potential energy, which is m by 3 g, and you're taking to a height of L by 6, mg L by 18. So be careful there. You're taking this point to this point. Easy? So you can do this for all linear objects, rods and everything. Clear, everyone? Any doubts on this? Aryan, clear, na? No? Ronak, Neil, clear with this? Ali? Clear, right? The rest of the... You're lifting it and putting it back, right? You're not dragging it. You're not catching and pulling this way. देखा है ना diagram how it is. You're just lifting it and putting it on top of it. Clear, everyone? Great. Next one. Adit, clear, na? Rehan? Arjun, clear so far? Next thing is power. Power is simply rate of energy flow, or you can say rate of change of energy, or rate at which work is done. So power is given by dW by dt. This is nothing but F bar dot dr bar, and dr by dt is F bar dot V bar. It's a dot product. We have done this in constraints. The units are watts, which is 1 joule per second. We also have something called horsepower, which is like 746 watts. If you want to find the average power, that will be integral P dt from 0 to t by integral dt. So from this graph, you can see the work done is integral P dt. That means if you plot a graph of power versus time graph, the area gives you work done. So here also you have a positive area and negative area. If the area is positive, power is being provided. If it is a negative, the work is not being, work is done against the system. Have a look at this. The work done is nothing but area under the graph. Clear, everyone? Let's see a question.
Sir, can you go back? Yes, sir, thank you.
A particle is projected with u and theta, mass m. Plot the power due to gravity versus time t. Plot the power due to gravity versus time t. Let's see how much you remember kinematics ka. I hope everyone remembers position vector, x coordinate, y coordinate, vx, vy. You should remember velocities and the position vector at any time t. What is power ka formula? F bar dot v bar. What is F bar? Minus mg j cap. That is the only force acting on the particle. At any time, the force is mg gravity. Velocity is v bar. What is velocity? U cos theta I cap plus u sin theta minus jt j cap. Forgot the velocity, this thing. Then when you do this thing, you'll get minus mg. Only j caps will multiply u sin theta minus gt. So this guy is mg square t minus mg u sin theta. This is a straight line with a positive slope but negative intercept. So if you plot power versus this versus time graph at t0, you're having a negative power, kind of expected because mg and velocity are in the opposite directions, and then it increases linearly. This is h max, time of ascent, and the highest point power is 0. This is the graph. Check it out. It's a straight line. So initially up to h max, the power is negative. After h max, power is positive. Means while going up, gravity takes energy from the system. After h max, gravity gives you back the energy. Clear? Main thing is this. You forgot this formula. There's a problem. Do you guys remember the coordinate ka formula then? U cos theta time I cap, u sin theta time minus half gt square j cap, x and y coordinates. Don't forget that. In case you forgot, you should definitely go back and revise it today. That is the whole point. You forgot, you have to revise. Kinematics ka full story we wrote there if you remember. These are all the formulas. Position vector, velocity vector, equation of trajectories and everything. Clear? Next one. Any doubts on this? Please ask. So we have a water ka lake here. Here you have a weird looking pump. This pump takes water from the bottom of the lake. And the water comes out. The water comes out at a rate of 10 meters per second at a rate of 10 kgs per second. So every second you're pumping 10 kgs of water from a depth of 10 meters, and then you're throwing it out with a speed of 10 meters per second. All are 10s here. A pump lifts water to a height of 10 kgs. And
The
ejects.
height of 10 meters, right?
Oh, sorry. Height of 10 meters. And ejects 10 kgs per second with a speed of 10 meters per second. All are 10. The efficiency of the pump is 40%. Efficiency meaning if I give you 100, you're actually only using 40, remaining is wasted. Efficiency of the pump is 40%. Find the power supplied to the pump, or find the input power to the pump. So meaning whatever electricity you're giving, power is using only 40% of it to lift the water, remaining is wasted. So how much power are you supplying to the pump? Question is clear, everyone? Try. Anyone didn't get the question, please ask. You're lifting water to a height of 10 meters and then you're throwing out with a speed of 10 meters per second at a rate of 10 kgs per second. And the pump is only working at 40% efficiency, meaning all this is happening with only 40% efficiency. Then how much energy are you actually supplying to the pump? How do we do this? Neyadrit, that's wrong. Vartika, Venkatesh, answers? Any answers? Vidyut, try, everyone focus. Udayan, 4,400. I guess I'm guessing or solving. Wrong, all wrong. Try. Answer starts with 3. Now try. Starts with 3 and ends with W. Right. Watts. So try. Remember, what is power also defined as rate of change of energy? Think. I'll give you a minute. It's an easy one. It's a good one. It's like a mains level question. Any other answers? We have 3 wrong answers. Any other answers? Right, Arjun, you got it. We have 1 right answer. No, Aryan, that is wrong. Ronak, no answers from you today. Yasha, no answers. Anika, Neil, Tian, Molika, answers. Mehan, Vartika, Ali, answers. You guys are not typing any answers today. Mehan is totally distracted. He's in some festival mood. No, Mehan? some party or something today, tomorrow. No. No, you're looking happy. That's what I mean. It's a good thing to be happy. Neil, any answers? Understood the question, Neil? Yeah. And on Shaktinar, people are having their own problems. Their internet is bad. They're downloading a lot of movies, so they deleted the internet. Right, Neil? Something like that happened. Nee. Yeah, back yesterday. Okay. See, what is the catch here? What is the potential energy per second? Every second, how much energy are you using to raise the water? That is mgh. So that is mass per second into gh. That will be 10 gh. So that is 1000 joules per second. So every second you're using 1000 joules or 1000 watts just to lift the water. Kinetic energy per second is half mass per second into v square. So this is half 10 square 500 joules per second. So the total power output is 1500 watts or 1500 joules per second. So 1500 joules per second is actually the energy that is going to the water. Now efficiency is defined as power output by power input into 100. Efficiency is 40, power output is 1500, power input we have to find this guy into 100. So you end up with power input is 3750 watts. You can simply say 3.75 kilowatts. Check. You can do like that also. There's no need to do with force and all that stuff. You have to go back to the definition. Power is nothing but rate at which the energy is being transferred. So every second you are using 1500 joules of energy to lift the water and to throw it out. But that is only 40% of it. So you're actually supplying 3750, but the machine uses 1500. Remaining is wasted. Maybe some heat produced, friction, all that stuff. We don't know what it is exactly. Easy? Any doubts, please ask. Next one. Next one. A vehicle of mass m. This is a standard question. Mostly a repeat type of question. Like this is the question which comes in BET, CET, NEET. This is the kind of question which can repeat. Mass m has constant power P. Starting from rest. Find velocity and the position as function of time t. Let's get this. Variations of this will be initially you can give some velocity, or you can even say power is equal to some time. You can create all the variations. So we have a vehicle with a constant velocity and the position of the vehicle after time t. Try. Just give it a try. We'll be back in a minute. Velocity is root 2p by m. Yeah, that's right, everyone. Yeah, most of you got it. See. So power is force into velocity. Force is mass into acceleration. You can write this thing as dv by dt. So v dv is equal to p by m into dt. Integrate 0 to v. So initial velocity is you'll write u to v. So this will give you v square by 2 is equal to pt by m. This is your velocity, pt by 2 pt by m. Suppose if they ask you velocity as function of time t, then write this thing as v dv by dx. You're getting it? If you want velocity as function of x, then use v dv by dx instead of dv by dt. And then what is v again? dx by dt, double integration. Root 2 p by m t power half. Integrate this again. Dx is equal to root t p by m t power half dt. 0 to x, 0 to t. T power 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. That would be 8p by 9m t cube. There, check it out. So exam they can ask you velocity is proportional to what? T power half. X is proportional to what? T power 3 by 2. They can ask you find the ratio of x by v. Just divide them, no? Then x by v will be t. You can play with all different types of variations of this now. Clear with this? This power, right? Tell me one thing. Fundamentally, what is more important, power or energy? What is the difference between this power and energy exactly? Tell me, in real life, in general, right? What is more important, power or energy? Anyone? Theoretically, energy is more fundamental. But practically, think of like this. Suppose you have a 10-floor building. If I tell you to climb the 10 floors and come down in half an hour, can you do that?
The power is more important.
Right? But if I tell you the same thing to do it in a minute, will you be able to do it? Maybe, or you will break some kind of world record. The problem is energy is more important fundamentally, but in reality, we always, power is more important. The thing is, the same 10-floor building, when you're going up and down in half an hour, or when you're going up and down in 1 minute, in 1 minute, you're putting more energy output in a small amount of time. You're getting it? So think of like this. One day, right, we are having a discussion with one of my relative. He was asking, this is long back. He was asking Arun, what is important in life? So, kuch to discussion, there's a philosophical. Then he said, Arun, is money important to you? I said, no, money is not important. Then he was looking at me, okay. I said, then what is important? I said, money per unit time. Okay, let me explain you that. Imagine, let's say, I'm willing to give you 1 crore. Are you happy? 1 crore rupees, okay. I'm willing to give you 1 crore rupees. Are you happy? In next 50 years. Are you still happy? Nee, na? In 10 years? Okay. But itna, okay. 1 year, now you're interested. Okay. 1 month, you're happy. 1 week, damn happy. Did you see the difference? If you are really happy about the money, you should have been happy in this case also. Actually, what you want is not money. What you want is money per unit time. This is the most important thing and thing. You need to understand that most people run behind money without understanding how much time are you actually spending on it. Humans have a limited lifespan. We don't live forever. So what is more important for us is per unit time. Whenever you take a decision, you say like, okay, will I get more out of this in the same amount of time? So what you should be looking at is any time is money per unit time. So same way, power is what is more important. Yeah, rate of anything is more important. In practical life, if you ask a computer what is important, it'll say money is important because a computer program will live forever. It doesn't care if it is, it's like, just imagine, if I say I'll give you 1 lakh crores in next 200 years, it doesn't make sense to you, right? You'll say like, I'm going to die. What the hell will I do with so much money? Even though this is a huge money, 1 lakh crores, matlab, I think you will be Reliance Ambani or something of that sort. It doesn't matter. What matters for you is money per unit time. It was never money. Then my relative was looking at me so weirdly. For a moment, he thought I'm kind of some saint guy who said his money is not important. I said, bullshit, yeah. Money is very important in life. Money can't buy everything, but it can buy 99.99% of the things. The remaining 0.1 will manage. So there. And this, when I wrote this power is equal to FV now, this is quite a useful statement actually. After passing out from IIT, right, I don't know how to ride a bike, the gear wala. So I tried learning before. So one day my uncle was trying to teach me, Arun, gear one lagalo, go ahead, and this thing. I never understood like what the hell here. I was asking, why should you put the gear? What happens? Being physics people, we always have that mentality. And no one was able to explain, and I couldn't really understand how to drive. Chhod diya. Then after passing out from IIT, got a job. I tried again, same thing. My friend tried to explain, I didn't understand. I left it. One day I was teaching this chapter. In rotation, we will see later on, power also can be written as torque into omega. Force ka place mein torque, velocity ka place mein omega. Did you ever see on your car, there is something an RPM ka meter? Besides the speedometer, there is one more thing, RPM. 5,000 RPM, 7,000 RPM. That's your omega basically. So when I was seeing this thing, suddenly something clicked. What happens is, the power of a vehicle is constant. That is, when you're accelerating, right, you're putting more and more fuel, the power is fixed. The maximum amount of power you can generate is fixed. So initially, whenever you start the vehicle, you need a high force to start the vehicle. So you need a high torque, so speed is less. So whenever you start your gear bike, right, anything, you start on gear 1. So if you look at the vehicle also inside, right, there are different kind of gears. You heard the word called clutch. So the clutch, right, is something like a transmission one, which you can shift it to different gears. So when you press the clutch, you're not connected to the engine. You're just disconnected. It looks like a cycle. You can push it and go. So whenever you're changing gears, you're supposed to lift it off and then you have to shift the gears. So something of that concept. Touch means that. So initially you go on gear 1. So you get a high torque, but velocity is less. So if you continue to increase the speed, you will hear like the entire vehicle starts rattling. That is because torque is already high. You're trying to increase omega. There is not enough power. Then you shift to gear 2. So torque will decrease a bit. Then omega will increase. Speed will increase. So as you're going faster and faster, the gears will keep increasing. You must have noticed this. If you're going at 5, 10, you go on gear 1 or 2. If you're going at 20, 30, you'll go on gear 2 or 3. If you're going at 50, 60, you're going on gear 4. And if the vehicle suddenly stops, you have to get back to gear 1 or gear 2 again. So when you're climbing hills, you need lower gears. When you're going fast, you need higher gears. This is making sense. The whole game is about torque and omega. You go fast, you'll have less torque. Means you can't climb a hill. The rotation is too fast, so you can't produce enough torque. You'll slow down eventually. If you want to go, so once I understood this thing, I took the bike in the evening. I learned it in half an hour. I really understood why the hell you have to change gears and all. I could figure it out. Next day, I took the bike to Charminar Road. Pretty lot of traffic. People are just running around everywhere. I practiced there for 2.5 hours. And I became an expert in how to ride a bike. So for you guys, I think you can try the other road. Or Thane, when during the peak hours, during the evenings near the station road. That is where you should practice a bike. If you hit someone, that's a different story though. But clear with this thing. So there, power is F into V. It means a lot. And remember, money per unit time is what you're looking at. Not money. Let's see one more. We got a curve. Y is equal to x cubed by 3 friction mu is equal to half. We have done something like this before. We have a block of 10 kg moving with a speed of 10 meter per second. This is the origin. Vehicle moves on a rough curved track. With constant speed v. Find power due to friction at x is equal to 1. Let's get this. This was the last problem in circular motion, if you remember. Radius of curvature we did. Find the power due to friction at x is equal to 1. So power may generally they really can't ask too much. Either they can ask you that integration one or something of this sort. Give it a try. You have laws of motion, you have friction, you have circular motion, you have power. You don't have kinematics here. 4 chapters. How do you do this? And I hope you guys remember all the formulas that are required. Try, you got 2-3 minutes. How do we do this? If acceleration is on the power with 0, the question is, I didn't ask you total power, right? I said find the power due to friction only. No? If the question was find the total power on the block, it is 0. Then you're true because acceleration is 0, total force is 0, then total power is 0. But only due to friction, it is not. Yeah. Try everyone. (50√30). Okay, let's see whether you got the same thing. So at x is equal to 1, if I draw a tangent, this slope is theta, y is x cubed by 3. So tan theta is dy by dx, which is x square. So at x is equal to 1, theta is 45 degrees. So when you take this block here of mass 10 kg, the forces acting on the block will be mg sine theta, friction. There is some external force which I don't know, but fine, it is there. Normal reaction, mg cos theta. Now, since it is going in a circle, there will be also a centripetal acceleration AC, which is v square by r. So we get normal reaction will be mg. N is not mg cos theta. If you have done that, it's a blunder. Is mv square by r. So normal reaction will be mg cos 30, theta is 45. I'll leave it there. Plus mv square by r. V ka value, you know. What about r? R is a radius of curvature. We have to use 1 plus dy by dx whole square. The mathematical formula for radius of curvature. 3 by 2 by d square y by dx square. Hope you remember this. If you substitute here, dy by dx will be x square. So x power 4, 3 by 2. This will be 2x, and at x is equal to 1, radius would be 2 to the power of 3 by 2 by 2 to root 2. There yahan se n aa gaya. Friction will be mu into n because it is slipping. And power due to friction will be F and V are opposite minus FV. Take the steps. You can substitute the values and check it out. Please check the steps. You have done all this thing actually, friction and all. The only thing is power due to friction will be minus F into V. So you should know that radius of curvature thing. If you substitute, are you getting 50 root 3 here? What is the number answer for this? mg cos theta, so let me just solve 10, so that is 100 by root 2 plus 10 by root 2 v square is 100, so that is 110 by root 2 by half 110 by root 2 ka half, and velocity is another 10. So 5 that will be 5,500 by root 2. Check it out. You guys forgot radius of
Sir,
curvature,
but
no?
in this, how do we know that it is going in a circular motion?
Where it is going in a circle? It is going on a curve. When you're going on a curve, every point can be treated as a part of a circle. That's what happens when you don't revise notes. We had a full section on this thing, God. Mehan.
Sir, but in calculus, when we did such questions, we didn't take in a circle.
Which question did we do? Can you show me a question which we did that way?
Like this only, the slope type question.
So, what was
In
the
this-
question, right? You have to understand, na? There should be some question, right? There, what did we do? Did we do motion on the calculus, man? We just found tangents and slopes. What are you talking about? Didn't we do this thing? Don't you remember radius of curvature?
Yeah.
The problem kya hai na? It is the same problem we did and you don't even remember. Dekho. Question 31 in circular motion. That is a problem. Exact same question we did and asked you to find normal reaction and friction at 1,1. Ditto question tha. Dekho, same answer tha. And you don't even remember we did this thing in the class notes. Just tells like how much you're revising the class notes. Every part of a curve can be treated as a circular motion. It's okay if you forgot. At least you should remember na aisa kuch kiya karke. A curve can be treated as part of a circle. You need not. And tell me one thing: is centripetal acceleration and all is defined only for circle? Kya, Mehan? Circular motion is only defined for circle.
What?
Is my voice clear, everyone, or is it breaking? Voice is clear, no? Yeah,
Very
Aryan,
clear,
I
sir.
think from your side, yeah. Dekho na God. Mehan, we defined it for any random curve.
Yeah, got it.
You need to revise once, radius of curvature. How are you guys handling the advanced papers, right? By forgetting so many concepts. Weird though.
Though I got confused with the calculus wala and I didn't put that MV square by.
एक बार check करो calculus में. Problem वो नहीं है. We did this thing. Anyways, check it out. Clear? So with this, we are done with work power energy. So do finish off booklet, whatever you're solving. And I know the major test is coming up. So finish it off. This week test is work power energy only. It is there till Wednesday. So you have time. Do finish it off. And then next week, right, we'll start off with ray optics. Because ray optics is quite easy. The mirrors, reflection and all. And major test ke liye to ray optics is not there. So you won't feel it too pressurized also. So that will go a little easily. So we will take till 25th and 28th is your exam. No? So that 27th Friday will not have a class. We'll just have doubt solving that day. But next week we're starting with ray optics. And after that we'll go for centromass collisions. Okay. So this will wrap up for the day. So any doubts in this chapter, anything else, please ask me also free to do so. Take care, stay safe. I'll see you guys on next week again.
Bye, sir. Thank you.